Hello everyone and welcome to the part 4 of the Flutter WebView tutorial series. This is actually the last part of the series. So in today's example, what we are going to be doing is doing the example for web application. So I have a picture of the example here written, so let me just show you. So this is the example for our view. This is what we are going to be building. As you can see, I will have seen a web application similar to this, or like this customer bar, this padlock. And this is actually used by Google and other platforms. As you can see at the drawer, you can see powered by Chrome, all this stuff. So that's what we are going to be doing in this as a part 4 tutorial. So before we dive into the tutorial series, I quickly want to address some issue with a comment I get when I was sharing the video on a Flutter Facebook group. Okay, let me just show you, and then I have the picture here. So I get a comment from one of the group member that, okay, WebView with some emoji, you can guess what the emoji means. So this is the last thing I want to do. I want to create an astonishing website instead of looking for shortcuts. Okay, so number one, WebView is not a shortcut, or it's not a shortcut actually. It's just like creating a web application, or just creating a browser on your app that won't allow the user to navigate to other browser instead of them staying on your own app. So my answer to the guy was that, yeah, creating a web app doesn't mean your whole application will be a web. Yeah, that's true. Creating a web app simply doesn't mean that your whole application will be a web app, but your whole application can be a web app, assuming you just start your business, you are a startup business, and you already have a website, maybe an e-commerce website. Building a mobile application for that e-commerce will surely take long time. It surely take long period of time. So to keep your customer, you can quickly create a web application that will put on your store, on your Play Store, for the user to be interacting with. So whenever you are done with the real application, then you can publish it. So you can just update the light version, which is the WebView app, with the major app. So that's the essence. So you are keeping your user record, so they won't, when they search your product name on any store, maybe Apple Store or Play Store, so when they search, they won't be seeing any other app, so they will just be seeing your app. So you would have build your brand name from start. So whenever you just upload your real application, it will be easy for Google to put your name in the first search engine, such as SEO and all those stuff. So that's that about that. So I just as you can see in this example now, on Facebook or any other social media platform, any other platform, essentially, if a user made a post and insert a website in it, the website, when you as another user clicked on that link, the platform takes you to the web view of that website. It simply doesn't take you to a browser for you to view the website. It simply takes you to the web view of that website. Let me quickly show you an example. I will open YouTube on this phone now. Advert that link to another website, so we can view what is it about? Sorry, this is my boy account. So let me try and click on this one. I think this is a website. When you click on this, as you can see, this is WebView. Let me show you the example. As you can see, this is the same thing as this. This is on YouTube. As you can see, they opened this advert on their app in form of WebView. They opened the advert, the website the user is navigating to. They open it in form of what is it called, WebView on their app. As you can see, they are the same thing. So on this menu bar, as you can see, when you click the menu bar, the same thing as this, as you can see, this is majorly what now YouTube does and what other platform does. If you go on Twitter now and you click on a link, it's going to show something like this also. If you click on this, you will see share tweets also. So we can also create a custom item. We can add item to this list. As you can see, this custom 1 item, custom 2 item 2. We can add item. So that's what we are going to be doing in this tutorial. So that's another example. As you can see, that's a major example. The same way we are doing an advert on on YouTube is the same way we are going to be viewing a website link on our app. Assuming your mobile application is a social media sharing platform, social media lab, and a user posts an external link on his or her post. So when another user clicks on that post, the website are supposed to show on your app, and to do that you are going to need a WebView implementation to show the URL on your site. So that's the main purpose of this WebView application. So in the fourth part, this is what we are going to be doing. So stay tuned, and that's all. So before we dive into the tutorial, I quickly want to announce something. If you have any suggestion, because this is the end of the Flutter WebView tutorial series, so if you have any suggestion on any topic, on any Flutter topic or package you want me to do a tutorial on, kindly leave the comment, your suggestion in the comment section below, or just mail it to me at my Gmail account. So that's that. And the source code of this project too, you can get it on my GitHub repo. So the GitHub, on my GitHub repo. So this is a source code. So if there's any update on any of the package, I will surely update this repo. So if you haven't started the repo, kindly do so and watch to receive updates whenever I update this source code. So kindly do so, upload, start the repo, and maybe watch, so you can, if there is any changes, you can be notified via GitHub. So that's that about that. So let's dive straight into the tutorial. So for this part, for now, for the example 4, let me close this. If you don't know what we are doing here, please kindly watch my previous videos, example 1, example 2, and example 3, so you can understand this example 4 very well. Okay, so these are our page. Let me just close this. These are our example 3 button. As you can see, there is no function for example 4 yet. So let's create another file for example 4. So another file, let's call it example 4. Example4.dat. Let me close this. Also. So in our example 4 now, majorly what we are going to be doing is something similar to this example 3. In this example 3, we just create a class name with all these methods inside of it. For our example 4 now is almost similar, but this example 4 is even shorter than our example 3 because everything is already inbuilt with the package. So let's first import the package. Import the name of the package. Okay, flutter in app WebView. Okay, this is the package. Let me close this. So now we are going to create a class name for this example 4, and that class we extend what is called Chrome Safari browser. In this example 3, we extend in app browser. This is a class name inside this package. We are extending a class inside this package. So in this example 4 now, we are going to be extending another class called Chrome Safari browser. So Chrome is basically for Android and Safari is basically for iOS. So let's just call the class name web example 4. So let me check out. Okay, it's example 4 extend Chrome Safari browser. So and that's that. So inside our class now, we are going to call some method inside this Chrome Safari browser. If you over it, you can read more about this. This class uses native Chrome custom tab on Android and Safari view controller on iOS. So that's basically the extend Chrome Safari browser means. So now we are going to be calling some method. So we can just call there's a method called unopened. So that is a function. So override this method on void unopened open. So and that's that. Sorry. Void unopened. Overwrite another one. Void uncompleted initial load. And that. And the last but not the least, unclosed at override on so is a void unclosed, and that's all. This should be a lowercase. Okay, so this is the 3 major stuff we need for this Chrome Safari browser for us to display something like this. You can see we didn't create any customer bar, any of these leading icon, any of pop menu. We didn't create it. Everything comes with this class. So that's what we are calling out here. So before that, we are going to browse feedback. There's a custom stuff we need to do up here. Our class name. Let's just copy it. The class name, and inside of it, because it extends this class another class, so you can just name it. If you over it now, a dynamic browse. Okay, that's the name of the stuff I just wrote. So browser, and just name it browser for back. just like if you create a stateful widget, so from back is equal to our browser for back, and that's all. And we are done with this, and we are done with this page, with this class name. And that's all. So in our press of this button, and that's where we are going to be calling this class, that we will insert the URL for the example for the button to move through. So in our home page now, the same way we create this for example 3 is the same way we are going to be creating for example 4 also. So in our example 4 now, let's just create another file now, and the name of the class, our class name, example 4 is equal to, we can just name it something similar to this, in-app browser, or we can just say in-app Chrome also. So to extend this our class name again, and inside of it we can call we are going to call this class. We are going to call this class our web example 3 class. We can call it, or we can just leave it like this. If you over this one is asking for a dynamic browser fallback. That's what we create over here, a dynamic fallback. So that for that we are going to be our example 3 class name. That's the fallback we need. It's going to take name. It's going to take in, and that's that. Okay, sorry. So now in our button, on press of our button, we can now call this find variable in app Chrome. So it's going to open the URL for us. So in app Chrome dot, just like the other ones, in app Chrome dot open, you want to open the string. If you see open string URL, so open string, the URL we are going to so opens .net, and that's that. You can close it. So inside our open now, it has several other methods here, like custom Android and iOS customization. So we can customize it inside our option. So you can see that fallback, option fallback. So inside the option now, we can customize our Android and iOS. So option Chrome Safari browser class option. So the class option, just okay. So inside of it we have Android and iOS. So for our Android now, we're just going to call Android Chrome custom tab option. So we can add a default, we can set some stuff to true or false. This add default share menu. If you want the share menu to be there, enable URL bar hiding, instant app. Okay, let's just set all this to true so we can check it out. Let me just set all this to true. They are all boolean, so it only contain true or false. So let me just keep alive enable. This is actually something else. Okay, so package name, show title. Okay, let's see true also. So title, two bar background color, two bar back. Let's just leave this. Okay, so for iOS to now, we can customize our IIS too, but since we are not on IIS, so we won't see what is happening on IIS, so we can just not customize it. Let's just do something like this, and call Safari option and just close it. It also has many options, just like this 100. As you can see, this is all of it, but you are not going to be testing it since we are on Windows. So that's that. So let's refresh our page now. Refresh. That's really. So if you click on example 4 now, these are example 4. So if you click on example 4 now, as you can see, this is a custom WebView application. And you can see we didn't create any of this. We didn't create a close icon. We didn't create a menu bar. So if you click on this menu bar now, as you can see share, we already put all those custom Chrome pop-up menu stuff. So it's already inside there. So we can hide some of it, like this add default menu share item. We can put it to false. If we put it to false, it's going to remove this. Enable URL binding. This URL, okay, let's just try it and put this to false. Close this to false. Put this also to instant app enable. As you can see, we can also put this to false to test. Show title, let's also put the show title to false. So let's refresh now. We refresh. Okay, let me close it so you can get the idea. Okay, so we click on it now. As you can see, we have already hide the title, so it didn't show the title of the website. It just showed obans.net. It didn't show, earlier it showed the name of the title, like Obans technology above. Now it didn't show the title of the website, just showed the URL, because we have put show title to false. So if you over the search for, if the title shouldn't be shown in the custom tab, the default value is true. So the default value is true actually. So that's number one. This is the custom URL. So if we on this now, as you can see, the share button also has been removed. So the share button also has been removed. That's another one. If you scroll also, the scrolling, the app bar disappear, and that's another major thing. All these stuff all these custom stuff are by default set to true, so we can just remove them because they are all true, and all of them that are true are actually necessary. So let's close this. If we refresh now and click the example 4 again, as you can see, it shows the title, and the share also is there. So to create, if you want to, you can also insert a custom item inside of this item. All these items are to generated. You can disable this share, but if you want to add another item, it's also allowed. So if you want to add another item now, we are just going to create an init state. So on start of the web page, is going to add the items. So let's just create an init state. So in our init state now, we are going to call this final variable in app Chrome. So this one, that is the one we are calling. So in app Chrome dot it has a method called add menu item. So it has this menu item. So inside our menu item, we are going to call Chrome Safari menu item. Okay, this is it. So inside our menu item now, it's going to have an ID, the label, and the action we want it to do. So our ID now, we can give this one number one, the label, the name. This label represents the name. Like for this here now is the label, so you can just name this what's your example 1. So on action now we can insert our function here. If you over this, as you can see, forge string it has a double string. So that. So let me just on this. So inside this that save two strings. So let me just call title and URL. So let me command the code. Let me close this. Okay, so now on press of this, let's just print these two. Let's just print the title and the URL so as to know the value we are getting. So print title and print URL. So you can, and that's that. You can insert a function inside this action. So on press of it, you can navigate to another page in your app. So that's you can navigate. You can also navigate to another URL, but we just want to print what's inside these two. So that's that. You can also create. Let's just duplicate this so as to create another item. We name that example 2. Sorry, what's the problem? Okay. I have to create another diviner variable that's item. This is how it's supposed to be. Okay, so I can name this example 2 and the ID also should be 2. So let me just close this web app now and refresh. If you refresh now, or to reload. Okay, so if you click on example 4 now, when it loads up the page, if you click on this menu items now, okay, it's not showing. What is the issue here? What is the issue we have here? Okay, let me just try and close it and refresh again. Okay, maybe I should auto reload because this has to be created on the startup of this page. So let me just auto restart. So okay, I think the auto restart is done. Okay, so our example 4 now. You click on example 4. Okay, as you can see, this is our example 1, example 2. This is what we just created. This is custom add menu item. This is our example. So if you click on example 1 now, okay, as you can see, it's print out the URL and the title. As you can see, this is the title of the website: Urban Technology Conveyor of Dream Innovation. This is the title and the URL. It prints both out. So for example 2 now too, it's going to print the same since we are still on inside this page. But if we go to another page now, let's go to another page. Okay, so I click on demo institute.urban.net. So we will click on example 2 again. As you can see, the title has changed. The title is now something else. Is now much urban situation move view from 0 of building blah blah blah, and the URL too has changed, institute.urban.net. So we are printing the title, this title over here, and the URL, and that's that about example 4. I think this is awesome. You can use this in your mobile application, in your ready-made mobile application for opening external external link. So that's that. So let's test out. Okay, just close it. Let's test out example 1. So this is our example 1 now. From example 1, we have this loading that shows once. We have this persistent footer buttons. We have this bottom navigation button too that is static. You can insert some custom stuff inside this bottom navigation. So and that's all for example 1. You can scroll. Everything is working fine. Everything is working fine here. Everything is. The only issue is if you click on a button, instead of it to show a loading indicator that okay, the page that we click that we want to see is loading up, it won't show you. It will just be loading in the background. So let's click on this learn more now. Click on learn more. As you can see, the web page just comes out. We didn't see any loading indicator, and that is all for example. There's no refresh also. We can refresh a page. For example 2, we have a loading indicator over here. As you can see, this is a green loading indicator that loads every time the web page is about to load. Okay, you can see it also has a refresh button. If we need to refresh the web page, if we also click on a button, we can see that the loading indicator also shows that okay, this web page is loading. And that's example 2. For example 3, you have this custom ABBA. The didn't create is already implemented by the plugin, the package we used. So we have this custom. We can insert another URL here. If we want to browse, it also has this menu items. We can also share, reload, and close. If we want to insert another URL, let me just type something else. Sorry. Okay. Should I say okay? Tech with some medium.com. If you click on search, it's going to search. As you can see, there's a loading indicator here also, but the color is fade, so it loads up the web page as well. You can insert any URL over here, and that's that about example 3. You can, let's just close it. That's that example 3. And example, that's all for this Flutter WebView tutorial series. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please kindly do so, and if you forgot to turn on the notification, please kindly do so, because this channel is just getting started, and I promise you every content on this platform, on this channel, is going to be unique. So I will advise you to please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification so you can receive notification whenever I upload any other tutorial. And if you have any suggestion on any topic or any package I should try out and upload and do a tutorial on it, kindly leave the suggestion in the comment section below. And that's that. Before I end the video, I just want to quickly check the comments we have on the previous videos. If there's any if there is anyone that asks me to do something or the other that has a question, so I can quickly answer those that ask question. So let me just open all this in a new tab and check quickly. so as not to waste anybody's time. So in our example, okay, part 3 now. Adewumi Shahid Adewale said, nice one. Okay, thank you at Adewumi. I really appreciate your comment. Thanks. So let's check another page. Okay, Vectors Studio. So thanks a bunch, great video, man. Thanks to you too at Votext. I really appreciate online technology. So this is a very good tutorial to learn how to do Flutter WebView. Thanks to online, he has been a very good guy. He has been commenting on all the parts of the video. I really appreciate. Danny Buba also said a great video. Thanks. Online also commented B. Sorry, I didn't understand French, so I can't translate that. So that's that. Nobody has asked any questions. So let me check the is it the last one? Well explained. Okay, this is online again. Okay, we've seen how to test the Wi-Fi connection, and if you have not opened a message when you start a WebView again. Okay, how to test the Wi-Fi connection. Okay, I think what Wilson is trying to say here is that how to check if the user is connected to the internet before starting the WebView application. Basically, a normal way of checking internet connectivity, you can just use this package called let me just open updates left. Let me quickly check intro for any other question. Thanks. Okay, thanks to Mohammed also. Okay, there's no other question. So let me quickly address that. How to check Wi-Fi connection before starting a WebView app. So we can just use this package called connectivity. This package actually check for if the user is connected to the internet. Check if the user is either connected to his mobile internet or a Wi-Fi. So that's the main purpose of this package. So let me just copy that and quickly insert where is it? Insert it over here. Okay. So whenever there's an internet, it's going to go directly to the WebView app. If there is no internet, it's going to show a pop-up that okay, user, there's no internet on this platform. So the user can know that he or she hasn't on his or Wi-Fi or mobile internet. So let's just get this. Let's get the package. Okay, so now we have this example. So inside our lib, let's just create a file called we can just call it check internet. That. So now inside of that, close this. So inside of our this file, we can now create a function that check if there is internet. So let's first import the package. The package is connectivity. Okay. So we are going to create a class for it. Check internet. And inside the class, we are going to call a feature integer, because this will return an integer if the user is connected to the mobile internet. Is going to return 1. If the user is not connected to n, it's going to return 0. If the user is connected to the with, it's going to return 1 also. So to integer, so I want to name it check internet connection, and put it inside an asynchronous, that's a feature. So let's create a variable to await the connectivity status. Await, okay. So connectivity dot check connectivity is going to check the connectivity. So it's going to wait a while. It's going to, that's a future stuff for you to check if the user is connected or not. So I'm going to close that. So if this result, this result represents check connectivity, so this, we are going to be receiving the response from this check connectivity. So if result is equal to connectivity result dot none, it should return 0. So that means the user is not connected to any internet. So else if result is equal to connectivity result dot mobile result should return 1. Else if result also is equal to with, is going to return 1 also. So yes, we have got to connectivity okay, result that if we're going to return 1 also. So else if these two conditions are not true, it should just return 0, and that's that. So in our home page now, I just did an example for this example 1. You can try to implement it on every page you like. So on our home page now, inside our new state, I'm going to call the check internet class. So now let me just quickly create a snack bar. So it's going to show if a snack bar if the user is not connected to the internet. So let me create a scaffold key. So let's call it scaffold equal to a global key. It's scaffold state. So I'm going to use our key inside scaffold. This key inside scaffold. Okay, and that's that. So in our next state now, I'm going to call. Okay, the app is, I was running the app, so the app is still running. It's building the APK. So in this state now, we're going to call the check internet this check internet class. We're going to call this. So this is it. So feature the integer is returning integer. Our feature in it. So we are going to call the name of this class, our check internet class. Okay, check internet, and the name of the feature we created, that's check. Okay, let me first import this. I need to import this file. So import library and check internet connection. So let's close it. So a we represent this as a. So a.then is going to check for our internet availability. So let me just clear this. A dot if this value is representing the value we are going to be getting from this return 0 1 0 1 1 1, all those stuff. So if this value is equal to 0, that means let me return this one to a block body. So sorry, okay, I think I made a mistake here. Let's delete this. It should be here. It should be here. So if this value is equal to 0, that means there is no internet connection. So we can just print no internet connection. Let's just print it for now. No. Internet connection else print internet is available. Internet connected rather. Internet connected or connected to the internet. Anyhow, so and just print this. So on click of a button now, we're going to call this basically, if we want this whole page to show an internet error on start of the page. So now if there is no internet, I'm just going to call our scaffold key so as to show a snack bar. So inside there's no internet. Just call our scaffold current state dot show snack bar. Because I'm on what is it called, beta channel, so I'm receiving this flag, so don't worry about that. So snack bar now, snack bar now we have content. The content should be text and a string internet connection and I think, and that's basically we don't need other info. So that's all. On the start of this page we are going to get no internet connection snack bar. So let's restart the application now, so everything can load from start. Okay, internet is connected. As you can see, it's print internet connected. Internet connected. Let me show this now by to show you if there's internet. Yes, change it to connected to the internet. So let me look at. Okay. you can see it shows connected to the internet whenever it's that. So what we want to do is now is that if the user clicks on a button, it should show the pop-up that okay, the user is not connected to the internet or so. So we are going to create a variable here. Let's just an integer init and check internet. Check internet. Okay, it should be 0. So if value is equal to 0, you want to set the state of this integer variable to 0. By default it is already 0, so it's going to reset it to 0. Else, if there is internet, it's going to set check internet to 1. I'm going to set check internet to 1. So I'm going to set check internet to 1. So now on our button now, on press our button, I'm going to check. Let me just try it for example for only. So now I'm pressed now. We are going to use if check. You can just use this. If check internet is equal to 1, it should show this. Otherwise, it should show a snag bar. Let me just copy this as snag bar. No internet connection. It should show a snag bar that no internet connection. Okay, and that's that. So let me restart the application now. Okay, it will first check if there's internet on start. As you can see, internet connected. So let me off the Wi-Fi now, so you can understand. Let me off the Wi-Fi. Okay, let me click on this now. So let me just restart the app now, so it can regenerate our stuff inside set state. So no internet connection. If I click on example 4 now, it's going to show no internet connection. As you can see, no internet connection. We will click on it, no internet connection. And that's that. I hope this help Wilson that asks the question, and anybody else that wants to do something like this. And that's just about this Flutter WebView tutorial series. And that's that about this Flutter WebView tutorial series. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please kindly do so. Turn on the notification. In case you click on any of my social media handle and it says no user found, kindly change the user name to techwithsam, because I just changed all my username to techwithsam. So, and I haven't changed all where I posted an article that okay, I should navigate to techwithsam. Is still some are still on my previous username, so on my social media stuff, and it takes you to an error page. Kindly change the user URL to techwithsam. And that's that. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you have any suggestion about any other topics I should work on, I should do a tutorial, please kindly leave a suggestion in the comment section below. Thank you, and see you in the next YouTube video. Bye.